Husband took stimulus money against our agreement. I'm overwhelmed by all the support you guys. Seriously, blown away. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments but I love them all. Also, I had to edit a bit because I was crying when I wrote this last night and the errors were atrocious. I was so embarrassed. This is a long and convoluted story so please bear with me Reddit. My husband and I have been married for 12 years, we have 5 children 11 and under, including a child that passed from SIDS at just shy of 6 months, not hugely important but a definite turning point. There have been issues abound, both before and after our child's death, but the main point has always circled back to me being a stay-at-home mom and not financially contributing. Let me say, we live in an affluent area and are by no means struggling, but I'm not on any of the checking accounts because I don't work, so I don't get to have a say in our finances. This finally came to a head earlier this year when I began working part-time. So, I'm working part-time and my husband and I thought, okay, if I make $50 a day, that's fantastic. We will use it for groceries which I'll cover and call it a day. Apparently, no. Turns out, I'm really good at my part-time job and make between $150 to $200 a day so I covered Christmas plus groceries, and he's telling me I need to pick up the A, B, C bills. We do not need the money and I'm frustrated that I was successful beyond his expectations so now he's trying to take it away, even though we agreed upon a course of action that turned out to be very lucrative. Let me be clear, I'd be open to re-evaluating bills, even though he makes 5x what I do and we are very comfortable, but he just expects it and changed the game plan because I was doing well. Fast forward to us talking stimulus pay. He suggested we take our pay and open a separate checking account that we were both on, for car maintenance. I agree with the caveat that we need to keep the money we were given for our kids in the account and each take our own and put it into our personal savings for emergencies. He agreed. Then I find out he got the stimulus direct deposited, never told me, and transferred the whole thing into his personal savings. I'm pissed and confused. Like, WTF? I agreed to something, we talked like adults, and you promptly ignored it. When I confronted him about it he said I was obsessed with money, and a gold digger, and how dare I second-guess his judgment on financial matters, he's the head of the house. I've never really stood up for myself before. Maybe because I wasn't bringing in an income so I felt I didn't have a leg to stand on. But I feel like this $600 is mine to save and I'm not wrong in being angry that he basically stole it from me. This is all kinds of messed up. He's outright trying to financially control you. First he didn't allow you to access money, you're a fucking adult, WTF, and now that you've made your own money he wants his fingers in it. Oh no honey, that's yours. And it only proves he's seeking control, not cooperation by direct depositing that check. He lied to your face. And called you a gold digger. I'd have clawed his fucking eyes out. You're a much more patient woman than I think you need to start an emergency fund, no matter what he says, because this sounds dangerous. Oh Lord have mercy, there's a crap ton of red flags here. Like significant other significant othmony. A bouquet of red flags, actually. Y'all got some serious issues to work out, and need marriage counseling ASAP. As far as the stimulus goes, if he took your $600, then yeah, he's trash. Big time. He knew what he was doing and didn't care about you and that's a problem. If it was only his own, then yeah, he shouldn't have done it and should have kept his word. It was wrong, but there's not much you can do about it. You're in an abusive marriage. Also fuck that, he is not the head of the house and doesn't get to claim that because he has a genital that sticks out. He's calling you a gold digger, but what he's doing is financial abuse. Does he help at all with the kids? The house? Does he treat you like a maid, and expect that you wait on him hand and foot because you're not contributing? So many red flags. Look into financial abuse. Then look into a lawyer. He sounds dismissive, controlling and mean. I'm sure y'all have good times moments together but money handling is an integral issue in a marriage. You should both have some say. Maybe you're not the breadwinner but you do presumably make contributions to the family that he doesn't. That definitely merits a say-so. Also, if you ever consider leaving him, get into all of the bank accounts and print off the last few statements. Before you discuss leaving him. He's sketchy. OMG. Red flags central. We have no kids, my partner makes over 6 figures, and I do work, but they would never expect this or do this to me. This sucks, and you have a lot of kids, so I get that you are stuck. What a dick. What did he want? To pay for daycare? Not to have 5 kids. How about someone to lord over and abuse? Ding ding ding. I don't have good advice, but I will think on this for a while and see what I can come up with. This story does not make sense. How did you get a stimulus check if you make good money? There is no way. This is straight financial abuse and a means to control you, period. He's had the upper hand for years and now is threatened by your independence. You really need to take a step back and see this for what it is. He's an abuser, sorry to say. Not all abusers get physical. Start educating yourself on these behaviors and find an exit strategy, but don't let him catch wind of it. This is financial abuse. He don't want you to have any money at all. A stay-at-home mom contributes by raising kids and taking care of the house, and should always get a say in how money is spent. Now that you're working too, he should be stepping up more. I see 3 options. 1. Start saving money and get a divorce. 2. You don't need the money, so you could just quit and go back to being a stay-at-home mom since he steals your money anyways. 3. If you plan on staying in the marriage, then stop paying for groceries until he buys $600 worth. Let him pay for them since he stole your $600. If he wants to hoard all his money and give you no say, do the same thing. Tell him your checks are yours and you will just be using the money from your checks to replace the money he stole. He's the head of the house. Have you known for years that you were married to a Neanderthal? Do you want to be married to a Neanderthal? You might want to consider filing for divorce since it's 2021, not 1951. I just want to point out that being so domineering of your partner in relation to money and your finances is a form of domestic abuse. Time to open a new secret account and start a fuck-off fund. It sounds like you are in an abusive relationship. At least financial abuse, but it wouldn't surprise me if he also would be emotionally abusive. He seems to want to control you and keep you small and dependent on him. I don't know if you are happy, but if you are not, I would go talk with a divorce lawyer to know your options. You need to contact a lawyer, contact your family, make a plan, and get out of there. He's not only financially abusive, he is mentally and emotionally abusive. He has no respect for you and sees no value in you. If you leave, it will be tough, but the sooner you leave, the sooner your life will start to get better. All I have to say is he's a narcissist. I'm so sorry you're being abused. You deserve better. Do you have any idea if he is actually financially responsible? Isn't he very defensive because he made a mess? It sounds a lot like my dad, and after my parents got divorced she found out about all kinds of debt he kept hidden for her. You're being financially abused. He never once gave you access to the checking account, as if you're a child and not his actual partner. WTF. And suddenly now that you're making money, it's our money. What a fucking joke, as if you weren't already using it for the family in the first place. He just wants to control all the money all the time, simple as that. He's the head of the house. He has indeed stolen your $600. Demand it from him. He sounds financially abusive. My wife and I have 6 kids together, she stays home to care for us. I tell everyone I barely make enough to pay her for childcare. She does an awesome job. You absolutely deserve to have a financial voice. Your name is not on the accounts. What the actual fuck? Why in God's name are you okay with that? It's your money too. If you get divorced, it makes no difference whose name is on what account. Actually, your name not being on the accounts is great incentive to divorce him. That way, you'd get access to your money. A judge doesn't care who works and who takes care of the household. It's your money too, whether he likes it or not. You are neither a pet or a child. Do not allow him to treat you like one. Why are you letting him control all the finances? This man is a control freak and the one obsessed with money. You tell him you want your stimulus money now and open up your own account. Your marriage is a divorce waiting to happen. Your husband is a selfish mindfuck. Save your hard-earned money and get out. He is controlling you with money. It's financial abuse and you should realize that. He is trying to keep you broke so that you can't leave. It's not about the money, it's about control. You legally have a right to half of everything, including the money in the accounts you are not on. He is calling you names so you will be hurt and focused on that instead of the fact he took money he wasn't supposed to. You have a real big problem here. Sounds like a pretty fucked up relationship. He's probably trying to control you with money. I also don't believe you that he makes 5x what you make, because if THST was the case you wouldn't be negotiating who's gonna pay for car maintenance. Frankly, the whole story doesn't add up to him being some guy making hundreds of thousands. A married man with kids has a personal savings account. How the hell did he swing that deal? You should have your own stimulus money coming. I got mine already. Check into it. If so, pocket yours quick. It was selfish of him to not tell you, but it looks like this is he had worked for and is taking it personally. You have one too coming. If your husband has his own bank account, then you should have your own bank account. That's all. You need a good friend to hold the money for you and any documents etc. that you will need, or at least copies of, so you don't get found out. Be extra careful of your internet history as well. Be prepared for him to fight dirty over the children, as he will. He might find a new wife ASAP so he can claim that the children are better off with him, so be ready for that one. I suspect you have been the main provider for keeping up the house, the kids, and organizing and scheduling everything that is needed, personal assistant for the whole family. If you live in the US, all of these 3 jobs combined would total at least $200,000 a year. How many years of free labor did he get? I would immediately stop pooling money and secretly talk to a divorce attorney just to know where you stand and what your legal options are. You have to do this for not just yourself but the kids as well. Please don't get pregnant. Take matters into your own hands. He could and might sabotage any pills, condoms form of birth control you are using. I recommend an IUD if you don't already have one. Keeping you pregnant and dependent is a classic form of control. You're definitely being abused, please get help. Don't let your babies grow up thinking this is how they should be treated. This is all kinds kf financial abuse. This is abuse. Say it one more time, this is abuse. You support the family as a SOM. Child care ISNT free, cleaning and cooking ISNT free. This is abuse. You need to tell him either you both get added to a joint ACCT or you leave. He doesn't sound like he will get better. There's some ways this can work healthy. I manage our finances. I have a degree in accounting. I control the finances, but my woman still has a bank account in her name with all her money. Her money is hers. My money is mine. We talked about all of this and have an agreement in place. This guy sounds like he's just stealing from you. Meh. See how much he can control finances when you get his ass for child support etc. If he wants to be an asshole and say you have no say in finances, I'd remind him where he stands and child support is expensive. So he better check himself. I would try therapy, and if he turns that down, walk fast. He is a control freak and likes feeling that control over you. I make 70% our household income and would never say anything to my wife that would make her feel insufficient. She works hard and is an amazing person. She wants to pay half the bills, but I won't let her. I know it's easy to say over Reddit, but damn, dump this guy. There is so much wrong with what you are recounting in your post and your comments. I don't know that you two could ever bounce back from that. That's financial abuse. You're not on any of your family accounts. That's such a red flag. He is the one who is obsessed with money. He's using it to control you and keep you subservient to him. If you're such a gold digger, then how come you aren't leaving his abusive ass and taking him for all the alimony and child support you can? You should, because he's an asshole and it would serve him right. Then you can talk about how it's your money because a judge said so. So you're just like his house chores and work slave. The fuck do you get out of this relationship other than abuse? Divorce him and take the money. Come on. Your stimulus money is yours. He didn't basically steal it from you. He stole it from you. If it were me, and you may not want to do this, I would clear everything remaining in the account and put it into my own personal savings and not let him know which bank it's at. You guys need marriage counseling. Yesterday. You don't contribute financially? If you didn't stay home with the kids, how much would you guys be paying out in childcare? There's your contribution. And now you've got a job making, what, $750 minus $1,000 a week? No, this is completely unfair to you. People who have stay-at-home partners need to understand that there's more to a relationship than just the money being pulled in. It's also the money saved, and the shit that gets done because the stay-at-home partner doesn't have a job. I'm so furious for you right now. That $600 is yours and what he did was complete and utter bullshit. Edit. Nope. Just saw you guys already tried that and it failed. Find a lawyer and file for divorce. This is completely ridiculous behavior. A marriage is a partnership. Besides, even if he kept those accounts separate in the event of divorce, you are entitled to half of those funds anyways, so I'm not sure what the whole separate accounts are for. You need to consult with an attorney and consider divorce. At the bare minimum, marriage counseling is necessary. I assure you, there are many well-off men in the world who aren't complete tools. Girl. This is financial abuse to a T. When I was with my ex, his pay was what financed the family. I tried to work, but with 6 kids and his mental health issues, it wasn't feasible. And he never said a damn word about money. And we are talking about a man with bipolar 2 who regularly called me fat, disgusting, gross, etc. He's a dick, hence why he's an ex. And even he didn't hold money over my head. I'm sorry, but this is divorce-worthy. He essentially only views you as valuable in a monetary sense, and he's not respecting you as a person nor your contributions to the family, monetary or otherwise. This happened to me too, unfortunately. It went to bills and not much was left. It's still bothering me and I haven't brought it up to him, but he said whatever was left we'd split in half. Hasn't happened. This guy is an abuser and a massive gold digger. To care for multiple children, cook, clean, organize the house and everyone's schedules, and these are at least 3 separate jobs. The going rate is at least $200K a year anywhere in the US. Double that if they live in any male city. So make no mistake, she is the main earner in this household and he owes her at least $1 million or more. Make no mistake, he is the gold digger here. 2 adults and 5 kids would mean $4,200. But since you are married, it is deposited in 2 payments. Yours and his. You are entitled to $2,100 and even the IRS will send you a letter stating that $2,100 is yours. Who the hell decided he was the head of the household? Op's husband has some financial control issues. If he doesn't see you as an equal partner in the relationship and household, that's a major issue. You do the majority of cooking, cleaning, and child rearing. That actually sounds like you are head of the household. And now you are making money too. Why do you need the man at all? You think he feels threatened because he doesn't have the control he once did? This is financial abuse, and is part of the spectrum of domestic violence. You're watching his 5 kids, you need to charge him for that. Wait, you guys already got the stimulus payments.